the length of time, no. So are you. Make it stop. Make it stop. All right.
Okay.
So we have successfully hardened the steel. Now we're softening it up.
Okay, now this is the steel from the hood, the spring on the hood of the old Chevy.
That's
Okay.
actually the stock we start off with.
Yeah. Okay.
Straightened out spring.
So we're actually tempering it. So we're taking the hardness out to a point that it's able to withstand regular use and is no longer brittle.
Yeah. Okay.
So we would prefer for the blank for it to be tough than to be hard. Hardness is the ability to resist surface indentation, while toughness is the ability to resist all external forces. Thank you very much.
Here's a question.
Yes, sir.
Do knife specialists like yourself, deal with like Rockwell hardness as a reference ever?
We do.
Or is that relevant for a knife?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. The Rockwell hardness, of course, 100 being diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will prefer like something around the range most knife makers like in the 60 range.
Okay.
But the higher it is on the Rockwell hardness, actually the more brittle the blade's going to be.
Right.
But it will hold an edge better. So it really just depends on what the use is.
Okay, so that's that trade-off compromise.
Yeah, everything in knife making is a complete balance.
Sure.
Point.
Okay.
So it's no different here. We're extremely hard. It was probably, when we started out, probably close to, I would just throw in a guess out there, educated guess, probably in between 60 and 62 on the Rockwell, and we're actually going to bring it back. I like him somewhere around the range in between 57 and a 58.
Okay.
Which, to appropriately temper this kind of steel, it would be, if we were heat treating in ovens, it would be three cycles at 350 degrees.
Oh, that low.
For about 60 minutes apiece.
Okay.
But once again, you can either do it at a lower heat for a longer amount of time, or at a higher heat quicker.
Oh, okay.
So there's always those trade-offs.
Yeah.
But you can see it's starting to get a nice straw color. I'm going to take it a little bit darker. So it'll start off, it's an oxidization that forms on the blade, is actually what you're seeing. So it's actually a very mild rust forming on there. And it'll start out as a light straw. Is the first colors you start picking up, and then it moves into a dark straw, a light bronze, a full bronze, on up into a dark brown, into blues and purples, and the purples are like a very spring temper. So like if you're making like clock springs would be a purple temper. Anything that flex is the most important part. So flex isn't the primary of this, edge holding is.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people miss, especially nowadays, they make their blades very hard, which will hold an edge good. They're kind of a pain to put an edge on. And if you really want to know the people that use their blades a lot, go to butchers.
Right.
And they keep their blades softer. They're down in the 50s because they may dull up a little bit quicker. But they cool quicker, and also what Rockwell is that's going to determine whether or not how well a burr forms on the edge.
Oh, right.
So it's like for the butchers, they work with the steels a lot.
Yeah.
So they actually prefer a wire burr.
Right.
And they don't want to get rid of it. Whereas like wood carvers, They don't want a burr, they want a polished edge,
Right.
you know, so it doesn't tear up your wood, so it's a polished cut.
Right.
But that burr, when it comes to like meat, fur,
Yeah.
those kind of things, oh yeah, it's like a micro little serrations that tear through things
Okay.
beautifully.
Oh, I
So
never
like if,
knew that
if I take a
part.
real high polished finished out
Yeah.
blade and say you've got to cut through a seatbelt
Yeah.
or go through a deer hide, it won't.
Yeah.
Whereas that burr
Slices it.
slice it right through. So you really should be sharpening and tempering just depending on what you're intending on using the tool for.
Okay.
But
Cool.
beautiful, beautiful, nice coloration all the way through. I guess see what that little point was you were talking
The
about.
line,
Yeah.
it's on both sides.
Yeah, but see, it's not really. That's kind of a fun thing to talk about. What you're seeing there, you can see the line. Then you can see like two dots back here,
Oh, there. Gotta come right.
right there.
Uh-huh.
And back here. What it is the charcoal is basically carburizing the steel at different rates, so it's eating the outside surface. So this, a lot of people call it like a fire etch. That's actually from the fire. It is not a flaw. Your knife is not going to die.
I believe.
Yeah, it's something that occurs rather naturally. But you can, if you